Okay, cool. Wolves Spurs game. All right, perfect. I have three. So here's what's going to happen. I have three videos. Tom has done some great work and pulled film on Karl Anthony Towns post ups. He has pulled film on Anthony Edwards ball screens, and he has pulled. They were just starting out right now, and Tom has pulled film on Mike Conley ball screens. So this is a selection of clips, and Tom was, great and grabbed these, threw these together. I want to again talk through these three major actions that are big parts of the Timberwolves offense and what these players are good at, where they struggle, how I would want to defend them. We're not watching an entire game. We were just watching a selection of clips. And we're doing this. I originally was intending to go through actual set play footage, and I went through and I watched, I think it was the last 7.5 games of the Timberwolves. And I was like, this is not, there's some good sets here, but they're sprinkled in between a bunch of pickup basketball. They have some go-to actions. This is not a heavy set play offense. The Lakers will run specific set plays much more frequently than you're going to see Minnesota run set plays. And so rather than say, here's their double drag play and here's what they like to do with it and here's how you stop it, that would be a waste of time. I'm not going to show you a play that we might not see, that they might run once or twice in the game. Instead, we're going to go through some of the major concepts, starting with Karl Anthony Towns post-ups. And let me pause it again here. With cat post-ups, this is going to be a high volume action for Minnesota. If the Lakers are switching at all, they're going to go to it even more. I expect them to hammer, they're going to go to these regardless. On the season, they haven't been super high volume with post-ups, but it's cat or nobody with them. With Karl Anthony Towns, and I said this yesterday, but I'll repeat, he likes to, between the left block and the right block, he is a left block post-up guy. And so here we see him at the left block. And when he's at the left block, he really likes to go middle. 80% of the time, he's going middle rather than going baseline. Here he actually has a nice up and under move. But watch just how frequently he is going to go middle in these attacks. Ducks in, mid-post area, looking to attack middle, gets to that jump hook. That is what he wants to do. He wants to force his way to the middle. 80% of the time at this left block, he's going to go middle. If he faces up, he might go baseline. But if he's back to the basket, it's almost middle or nothing for Cat. And we're going to see that regardless of how the defense plays him on a lot of these plays. So look how, I'm going to pause it right here. Look how much room he has to go baseline. On a lot of these plays, watch the defender's feet. Here actually, this is somewhat even, but there will be a lot of plays where the defense is playing Cat to the middle. They know he's trying to go there, and they're trying to take that away, giving up that baseline spin, and he just still tries to force it. Here he puts it in, but here's a Lakers play. We've got Vando on him. The Lakers have AD kind of in the way, shut him down. There's one of his rare moves is spinning baseline with that jump hook. Here he's starting more in the high post, dribbles into the post up. Klay Thompson giving up baseline. He doesn't care. He's going to go middle. Here we see a dig from Golden State, still going middle. And he's really forcing that up. That was not the move there. But Cat and Valanciunas, two guys I scouted for two potential Lakers matchups, very different in their approach. One of them has a much more varied offensive repertoire. The other one is just forcing things. And Cat's good enough that he's going to make him go. But look at this. Look how the baseline's there. He finally takes it, and this is something I'm interested in the Lakers potentially doing. Look how high the defender is. Look how much space there is to go baseline. And what I want you to watch is Gobert's man. He needs to be moving over. He needs to be under the rim right now, and he needs to be getting out in a position to sit on the spin move. And there he is. He's getting in position. Finally, Cat spins baseline, and there's somebody there. I want the Lakers to overplay him to the middle. He's going to force it a lot of times anyways. And when he doesn't, I want you to be their baseline. And Tom makes a great point in the chat. Here we see they foul him, but absolutely shut down with the double team. He doesn't go to his counters often. And when he does spin baseline, he's not drop stepping. He's turning, but he doesn't use his footwork to create a seal and give himself that inside position on the defender. So even when he does spin baseline, you're not necessarily giving up a whole lot. So these are just forced up shots. Here's another Lakers play. We've got Rui on him this time. He'll get a repost. Look at Rui. Look where Rui's back is to the sideline. What is that common phrase we hear with basketball? Stay between your man and the basket. Rui's staying between his man and the sideline. Look how much he's giving up baseline. And the reason for that is, look, there's Wenyen Gabriel. That is awful shot. Real awful shot. This is what I want to see. I asked Tom, hey, Tom, go find me plays showing this guy's tendencies. And I want to see some of these plays where the defense is doing what I want the Lakers to do. This is what I want from the Lakers. I want back to the sideline, absolutely take away that right hook middle and try to push him to the baseline, and then have your help defender outside the restricted area in a position to take a charge or just swarm him. He's not getting anything on shots like that. The Lakers have done this. Brooklyn did a good job with this. Here, the Suns give up middle. He misses the far away hook shot, but keep an eye out for which teams are playing him straight up, which teams are overplaying middle. Here he's more, oh my goodness. Wow, what a block from the weak side there. We're going to see a lot of this. Back to the sideline. He's still forcing it. Awful shot. Let's watch it again. Look at Looney's back once he's got the ball. His feet are parallel to the sideline. Spin moves there. Baseline's there. He's not going to take it. And this is based on seasons of basketball. This is when we see players that in the regular season they do well and in the playoffs they disappear. And I'm not saying Cat's one of those guys. He had an offensive foul in that last play, but you'll see guys that play well in the regular season and then in the playoffs, as soon as defenses are actually like really hard scouting them, that was actually a block, but could have been a charge there. When you only have one pitch, it's hard to be successful. You need to be able to have more than one pitch. You have to have counters. And he's been someone that has very strong tendencies. And it's not 100% of the time. We're showing the film of him going middle. There are times he goes baseline. I saw like 8 on the season. But he has strong tendencies here again against the Lakers. Let's see what happens. He caught pretty deep there. On this play, we'll see him walk Thompson into the post up, catch the ball, foul. Again, he was going middle. He likes to get to that right jump hook. We've got another 20 seconds or so of plays, and then we're going to move to the next thing. So I want to play him as if he's going to go middle, force him to the baseline. Here, they made him go baseline, but there's no help. Right here is where and I've got, this is a little bit small on my screen, but the defender who's almost under the rim, I need him moving over to Cat's side of the paint. And then I want to see those two guard defenders around the elbow, one of them just sag down and take away that. Yeah, that looks like Porzingis. Take away Porzingis' guy. Porzingis should help over, and then you need to help the helper, and then recover to skip passes. If you're going to help on him, I want to see it baseline, or if you do want to play him straight up, I want to send help from the strong side, but then bump somebody over. So on this play here, we see Thompson. Thompson digs down. I want to see Thompson double, and then where Jordan Poole is, he pulls out the free throw line. I want to see Poole run over to cover Klay Thompson's guy. Get two guys aggressively on the ball, and then take away the immediate outlet pass, and then play 3v2, 2v3 on the weak side, and trust that your length and disruption will make it easier to recover to a skip pass. You might even pick it off. Here we actually see, if you look at Gobert on this play, he understands what's happening, and watch him set the pin and flare screen. Or no, he's not. Never mind. He wasn't even setting the pin and flare screen. So from the film I saw, this was a team that didn't counter the baseline help well, nor did they counter that strong side help well if the strong side help was paired with a bump over from the weak side. If you help from the strong side and that's it, he's going to be able to pass out immediately. So that's what I'm looking at with Karl Anthony Towns. He's going to be a high volume post player. That's what you need to be doing to defend him. One of the other two major offensive injuries for this team are Anthony Edwards' ball screens. And when looking at the ball screen offense for Minnesota, they're not running a lot of complex concepts. They're running a lot of, fairly simple stuff. If you hedge, they're going to look to hit slips. If you drop, they're going to look to hit floaters and pull-ups. Pretty simple stuff. When you're dropping against an Anthony Edwards ball screen and you can try to make him a jump shooter, that's going to be good. That's going to be good for the defense. On the season, Anthony Edwards in his ball screens, it's been like their top form of offense between his shots and teammate shots, 11.6 per game, 59th percentile efficiency, not blazing efficiency. And the reason for that, and I guess I'll just let the video play. His pull-up three-point shooting on the season, under 44%. His pick-and-roll mid-range pull-ups this season, 29%. And he's really good at getting to the rim. He's really good at finishing at the rim. But if you're able to play drop and force him to be a jump shooter, it's not been his game. And so here we see an assortment of clips that Tom pulled of mostly drop coverage with Anthony Edwards pull-ups in ball screens. If you can induce the jumpers from him from the second or third levels, just don't let him get to the rim, you're going to be in pretty good shape. When we look at the results for Minnesota's offense based on who's attacking in those ball screens for Ant, when it's him, he's scoring 0.897 points per possession. That's not good. That's not going to hurt your defense. To spot ups, though, 1.12 points per possession. To the roll man or popping guy, 1.17. Those hurt you. So you want to play him 2v2. You want to either drop or switch so that you're not requiring an extra defender to have to help, and then you have to rotate behind it. If you play 2v2 switching, he's going to try to blow by your wings, your bigs, I should say, or they'll try to post up your guards. If you're in drop, though, look how willing he is to take these pull-up shots and how even out of control some of them appear to be. So I would be wanting to play drop. Want to induce Ant jumpers. Just keep him away from the rim. He'll be able to attack switches. So I would prefer to. You can even go under sometimes. We're seeing some clips of defenses going under. And this isn't a highlight reel for him. This isn't, we're not trying to pull only misses or only makes. These are the pull-ups. This is what things look like when he's pulling up and looking at tendencies, how he faces different coverages. Oh, you did? Oh, Tom did pull only misses. Okay. All right. So he's going to make some of these. But I do want you to know the percentage of pull-up threes he's making is not going to beat the Lakers. The percentage of mid-range pull-ups he's making, it's not going to lose you the game.
Yeah, Tim, sorry. I did pull him up because I was more like pointing out some of the bad shots he's taking. Look at the shot clock on some of these. You know what I mean? Some of these are early shot clock possessions, and they're just really bad, that kind of decisions.
All right, when he's going different ways. Oh, hang on, my mic disconnected. Whoops.
Yeah, your mic's kind of sounding weird.
Okay. All right, it should be better. I think it should be better now. I believe it's better now. When you can make him. Do my headphones on? No, my headphones are on. Okay. Hang on a moment. Let's see here. Am I sounding okay now? I'm going to pull up the third video so we have a moment here to recollect ourselves. Okay, hang on. Give me a moment. I'm going to pull up the new video, and then I'm also going to redo my audio.
Okay. Is it better now? Okay. Cool. Thank you. All right. So Ant ball screens, fairly straightforward. He's been, play drop. Cat post ups, know the tendencies, play to the tendencies, and make him break his tendencies to beat you. With either of them, we've seen how the offense for Minnesota is more effective when those players are able to draw help and then pass out to shooters or roll men. Same thing with Mike Conley ball screens, which will be the third thing we take a look at here. Mike Conley ball screens, and he's been effective as a scorer too, but overall, whether it's him scoring or teammates scoring, they've scored 94th percentile efficiency with their ball screen offense, with Mike Conley running the show, about 10 a game. And it's been from a mix of things. These are all Mike Conley pick and roll makes and misses. Thank you, Tom. He's someone that he's got, again, some clear strengths, some clear tendencies, some clear weaknesses. With Mike Conley ball screens, he is not good scoring at the rim. Not good scoring at the first level. F rim shot making on the season. If he's trying to go to the rim, I'm okay with that. Unless it's, just wide open. We're going to see some film. We saw some film yesterday when we looked at this. He's going to throw up some junk at the rim. From the mid-range area, he doesn't really have a pull-up game. You're going to see a lot of floaters from him. And he's going to take floaters from just outside the restricted area to just around the high school 3-point line. He's going to throw up some wild floaters at times. But then his 3-point game, that's where his real strength is. And his strong 3-point pull-up shooting is going to his right. If you look this season, you look previous seasons, you look last year in the playoffs, going to the right, that's when he's taking 80, 90% of his pull-up threes in ball screens. And that's when he's shooting about 40%. When you make him go left, he's less willing to take the shots, and he's less effective when he's taking the shots. So I'm going to play the video now, and let's just keep an eye on what's Conley going for. Here he's going left, drives to the rim, finishes. On this play, just getting a step-up ball screen, going to his right. Gets some miscommunication with the switch. Steps to the right to take that pull-up three. Doesn't go. And he does what he just did on this play a lot. If you go, I'll rewind. If you go under his ball screens, he wants to get back over to his right. You go under, he wants to get back behind the screen. Gobert does a pretty good job, although Gobert won't be playing in this game. He wants to get back to his right and then take the pull-up three. Yeah, Tom, good call out. I saw this on the film. That's a good way of phrasing it. If he wants to take the pull-up versus the under, he'll make you rescreen. Look at wild shot. He draws the foul, but wild shots. Another foul drawn there. Going left, he's not going to take that. He's going to try to go back to his right. To his right, that's a comfortable shot for him. That's what he wants to take. And you probably noticed this watching the Lakers-Minnesota game. Here, again, going to the right, he'll take that. He'll just let it fly. Going to his left, though, he's not going to let it fly. Watch him. He always goes back to the right. On this play, double drag. He wants to go back to the right, and then he's going to take it. So many of the ball screens start with him standing where he is right now and then dribbling to his right. And then if you drop, he'll string it out, and then just like that, he's gonna take the shot. And he's good at those. He's really good at those. And that's what I want to take away. Go under, going to the right. He's gonna put that up. He's gonna put that in frequently. But when we look at how he performed last playoffs, when we looked at how he performed this season in Utah versus Minnesota, when he's shooting the pull-up threes to the left, they're not as good. Minnesota's done a really good job recognizing he's better going to his right and pushing him that way. And so for me, if I'm the Lakers, and I think this is an open question, nice finish and one there for him, you want to push him to his left. And we've seen Vogel teams in the past. They'll ice side ball screens and try to make you reject them and go downhill. We've seen them weak high ball screens, which is the same sort of concept, but instead of, going down the sideline, it's just make them reject the screen. Go to your weak hand. For him, make him go to that weak side to the left. So if he's standing at I'll pause it on the next good example. Just wild shots around the rim. Ball screen like that, that's fine. Go to your left. That's okay. We'll play drop against that. Play like this, and actually this is kind of, secondary break situation. The defense isn't fully set, but I would want his defender stepping out in between where he is right now in the top of the key and forcing him to reject this ball screen and stay to his left. That's what I would want to see. Now, for this one, yeah, let him use it. He's going to his left. That's okay. Make him throw up a floater. And he hit floaters well against the Lakers at a rate that is not normal for him. These are fine. I'm okay with that. These are great shots I want him taking if I'm the defense. Here, make him reject the screen. They don't do it. He's able to get to his right, buys the time, gets towards the rim, bricks it. More mid-range junk from him. Just make him go left. This is fine. No need to reject that. Stay and drop. Put up some garbage. He hits it, but those are tough shots. So those are the 3 videos I wanted to walk through today. If the Lakers are able to weak and ice his high ball screens and then stay and drop, play it 2v2. Don't switch. Don't give up mismatches. Don't hedge, whether it's a hard hedge, a soft hedge, don't trap. Anytime you do any of those things, you need to be able to rotate behind it. Any of that plays into Minnesota's hands. They've got good short roll playmakers. Kyle Anderson is a good one. Cat is a good one. They're going to attack you. They're going to make the most of numbers advantages. So don't give it to them. Play it 2v2, play and drop, and defend the rim. Don't give up anything to the roller, and force him to go to his left. So nice, quick, simple, not digging too, going too long here, but this is from a film standpoint. These are the 3 key things. If I'm the Lakers, I'm pulling video on, and I'm pulling specific video of like, here's what's wrong. Here's what we don't want to see. Here's what we do want to see. Here's what it looks like when teams do it well. This is how discombobulated this offense looks. Without Gobert, without his roll gravity, that makes me feel even better about playing a drop. AD's going to be able to defend the ball handler and the roll man just fine if they're rolling. If they're popping, and if I'm Minnesota, here's how Gobert out of the game changes my game plan. Little bonus time. We don't have any video for this. Defensively, Gobert is a heavy drop coverage big. With him out of the game, with Cat, you can switch, you can drop, you can hedge. They actually do a pretty even mix of those 3 with him. So the Lakers need to be attack various types of coverages for Minnesota. They need to, if I'm them, I'm grabbing the playbook and I'm saying these 5 plays I call against drop, these 5 plays I call against switching, these 5 plays I'm calling against the hedging. Be ready. And then in the game, if something changes, you say, oh, okay, they've adjusted, time for us to adjust. Offensively, though, with Gobert out of the game, with McDaniels out of the game, they removed 2 non or poor shooters, and Minnesota now can play more 5 out. They can be picking and popping with Cat. AD's likely going to be on Cat. And with AD on Cat, what we're going to see, and he is questionable. He's got that calf strain, I believe. I would be shocked if he doesn't play. I've taken down the video, so there's no stream. Actually, I guess I'll exit the YouTube browser. So we're not, I can throw on something. I don't know what's on TV right now, but I'm not going to put on the Mets game. I want to, but I won't. So just audio for right now. What was I saying? Oh, okay. Minnesota's offense with Cat in, Gobert out, Naz Reid is out. Gobert missing is not good for Minnesota. You could say, hey, there are specific lineups where I like, and I agree. There are things that Minnesota does with Cat in and Gobert out that I think are dangerous offensively. Defensively, they're in worse shape. But they can be switchier. They can, there are some pros, but over 48 minutes, having one center and then having to go down to your 4th string center is not a good situation. Karl-Anthony Towns has 3 of his last 5 games. He's had 5 fouls. With him being like the only guy, if he gets 5 fouls against the Lakers and he has to sit, Minnesota's going to their 4th and 5th string centers. They're going to Luka Garza. They're going to, what was his name? I pulled it up yesterday. Nathan, I'm blanking on his, Nathan Knight. These are not guys that should be worrying the Lakers. The Lakers should be attacking them. But go into the game, attack Cat early. If you can get him in foul trouble, checkmate. So get in there, attack him. If you're Minnesota defensively, you could switch a bit. You just don't have the depth. So you can't get in foul trouble if you're Cat. And that's going to mean he knows this. He's going to go into the game, and we saw him last game make dumb decisions, and he could have fouled out like 4 or 5 times. He's going to know going into the game, I can't foul out. I can't get in foul trouble. And that will mean I won't contest heavier at the rim. Attack him. You're going to be able to finish shots at the rim because he's not going to be contesting fully. And if he is, you could probably draw some fouls. So go right at him. But Minnesota offensively, removing some of those non-shooters, for them, if you've got AD defending Cat, picking and popping against the Lakers drop is going to result in some Karl-Anthony Towns threes. And the Lakers need to be sharp with their perimeter rotations. If they're not, that will draw the Lakers out of drop. And if they can draw the Lakers into a hedging scheme, I think Minnesota will be able to create advantages and attack them well. So I worry about that a little bit. I worry about if AD's needing to defend Cat on the perimeter, and then let's say strong side corner, and then Anthony Edwards is looking to attack a mismatch. Let's say the Lakers are putting LeBron on Kyle Anderson and Vando is on Ant. Maybe they'll have Anderson screen for Ant. If you show and recover, short roll to Kyle Anderson, that's good offense. If you switch, Ant's going to try to attack LeBron off the dribble. If you double, short roll. If you drop, he's going to attack LeBron downhill. So there will be situations where Minnesota probably picks a matchup and then tries to go to work with Anthony Edwards while having Anthony Davis needing to defend a stretch big. So that's something I would anticipate if I'm the Lakers, and you just need to figure out the right ways to defend that. You can, if you want to, you can switch and then try to send help. We haven't seen the Lakers kind of build out the scheme all that much. We can see the Lakers go zone. Part of my scouting report that I shared yesterday that's on the pod, that if you go take a look at it, Minnesota has not been good against zone this season. They faced a good bit of zone. They've fourth highest frequency going into yesterday's games. I don't know what it is after you add in yesterday's games, but going into the game, 4th highest frequency, and they were like 28th of 30 teams in efficiency, and they had averaged 26th efficiency over the 3 seasons with Chris Finch. You can go zone if you need to keep 80 at the rim. So looking at the film, they're not attacking it with the smartest of concepts. There are some options there. I see a question from Juan in the chat. Tim, do you think other Lakers are Xing out mainly on Pop, or is AD recovering some? So I would imagine they'll try to send help to stunt over and try to contest the shot. It makes it tough because Cat's, he's tall. He's going to be able to get shots off. If you can send someone over to take him and then kind of rotate behind it, you can try to do that. I'm not sure exactly what the Lakers are going to do. I would anticipate seeing them start and drop. If that's not working, they'll try to be more aggressive with their helping. If that's not working, maybe they just get out of drop. Another thing they could do if you're the Lakers then is, all right, don't stick AD on Cat. I think that's a potential next step. If we're not going to tactically, from a coverage standpoint, change things up, let's change the personnel up. We're going to stick Rui on Cat. We're going to stick LeBron on Cat. And we're going to stick AD on Kyle Anderson maybe. And allow him to be in more of a roaming position, stick him on the worst shooter, and use his size, his length, his rim protection. And then if Cat's standing at the 3-point line, I'm not, Rui can put a hand up. I'm fine with that. If Cat tries to dribble Rui into the post, that's going to take a little bit. And then you've got time with the help defense to come over and help. So there are options for the Lakers. This will be kind of the chess match we see, because there will be situations you run into a matchup with the team. They do something that generates the advantage. You change up something defensively. Then they change up something offensively to keep pressing the advantage. And then there will be defenses that run out of answers, or there will be offenses that run out of answers. And that's when, if you're the offense and you run out of answers, it's time to change the game. It's time to pick something else. That's why, like a guy like AD, he's got the roll man game, he's got the post game, and he's got the, catch off of a wide pin down game. If Minnesota, for whatever reason, has AD post ops locked up, they're kicking butt, the Lakers aren't countering post up well, fine. go to something else. You have other options to get him involved. You have other options to leverage his skill set. So that makes me feel better. There's an anti-fragility element of AD's game because he's versatile offensively. And I'm getting sidetracked here, but this will be some of the stuff that we'll be keeping an eye out for tomorrow during the game. We've gone, half an hour? That's what I wanted to do. Went through the film, and I'm excited for that game tomorrow. So we will see you there, right back in the same stream. If you can, log into your League Pass or your Hulu Live or whatever it is that you watch with. If you don't have a sub, hey, you can still listen to the stream and use us as audio, as the audio to your game. So either way, hoping to see you again tomorrow. That's all for today. If you're interested in more coverage, we had the podcast that went up today. I did a Reddit AMA that was up for much of the day. I think it may still be pinned on the Lakers Reddit page. I answered, I think, like 60 or so questions there. So lots and lots of coverage, lots of good stuff. Very excited for the game tomorrow. Tomorrow, pregame, I will be doing, we're going to do a Spaces about 45 minutes ahead of tip. And then once the game starts, we'll be headed in here. And then post-game, may do some live reactions, how we feeling, sort of stuff. And then maybe some intro for that next opponent as well. So that's all I've got. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me. Have a wonderful night.